The Theranos scandal left an indelible impact on the healthcare and tech sectors. Its founder and CEO, Elizabeth Holmes, professed to have pioneered an innovative blood testing technology poised to redefine medical diagnostics. However, rigorous scrutiny uncovered the technology's defects, showing that Theranos had deceived investors, regulators, and the public about its performance. The company's crash not only unveiled the risks associated with unfettered ambition and dishonesty in the quest for innovation, but also led to legal repercussions. It severely undermined the trust once vested in this promising startup, underlining the critical importance of authenticity in technological progress. Today, we'll dissect the collapse of Theranos, once a promising startup, and its founder, Elizabeth Holmes. Born on February 3, 1984, Elizabeth Holmes comes from an educated family, with her parents, Christian Holmes IV and Noelle Daoust, having distinguished careers in government service and academia respectively. Growing up in Washington, D.C., Holmes was groomed at the esteemed St. John's School before stepping into higher education. Her academic journey led her to Stanford University, where she pursued a degree in chemical engineering. At Stanford, she sharpened her business acumen, fueling her ambitions and providing the groundwork for her future exploits. It is here that Holmes' interest and vision started to gravitate towards the intersection of healthcare and technology, setting the stage for her ventures to come. Founded by Elizabeth Holmes in 2003, Theranos was a health tech company that burst onto the scene, intending to transform the healthcare industry. Holmes, a charismatic and driven young entrepreneur, aspired to make blood testing quicker, more affordable, and widely accessible using a straightforward finger prick as opposed to conventional venous blood draws. The idea was compelling, and Theranos swiftly drew significant attention and sizable investments. Holmes, through her engaging pitch and unwavering self-belief, successfully persuaded investors, notable figures, and prestigious companies to support her vision. Proposing to disrupt the standard laboratory testing model, Theranos soon embodied the essence of innovation and possibility. Theranos' proprietary technology, dubbed the Edison, purported to evaluate numerous health indicators from a minuscule blood sample. Holmes championed it as a revolutionary innovation that could identify diseases early, track the effectiveness of treatments, and enable individuals to manage their health proactively. The prospective influence on the medical field and public eagerness for such developments catalyzed Theranos' rapid ascent. Holmes, crafting an image of herself as a visionary and an exemplar, captured the public's fascination. Adorned in her signature black turtleneck and touting her mission to save lives through affordable and accessible diagnostics, she quickly became a favorite subject for the media. Her appearances at industry conferences and interviews with high-profile media platforms fortified her standing as an emergent leader in the tech and healthcare sectors. In a bid to bolster its prestige, Theranos formed alliances with prominent companies and institutions. In 2013, Theranos publicized a partnership with Walgreens, a leading pharmacy chain, to provide their blood tests at wellness centers located inside Walgreens stores. This strategic alliance amplified the credibility and visibility of Theranos, leading to additional recognition. With Holmes as the company's face and the media's focus squarely on Theranos, the company's valuation skyrocketed, reaching its zenith of $9 billion in 2014. Holmes herself earned a place among the youngest self-made billionaires, gracing Forbes' list of the world's richest individuals. In 2015, Elizabeth Holmes topped the Forbes list of the youngest self-made female billionaires in the United States as the founder of Theranos, a health technology corporation. The media rapidly drew parallels between the budding tycoon and one of her inspirations, Steve Jobs. Both leaders had a captivating way of presenting their technologies, and Holmes regularly donned a black turtleneck, much like Jobs. Alex Gibney, the director of a recent documentary about Holmes titled, The Inventor, Out for Blood in Silicon Valley, discussed her initial appeal, saying, "The most fascinating thing about Steve Jobs and a trait he shares with Elizabeth Holmes is his storytelling ability. She's brilliant, has made a name for herself, and now she's a billionaire being compared to Steve Jobs." With Theranos, Holmes aimed to make healthcare accessible to all. She claimed to be developing an innovative blood testing device, called the Edison, which could provide comprehensive results from small sample sizes, thus saving doctors time and patients money. However, internal documents indicated that the necessary technology to achieve these results was essentially missing from the trials. The downfall started when a Wall Street Journal reporter, John Carrero, covertly initiated a months-long investigation into Theranos. Carrero had received a tip-off from a medical professional who was skeptical about the Edison's ability to deliver on its promises as stated by its increasingly wealthy creators. Even as Holmes continued promoting the Edison in public, Carrero was learning about Theranos' unsuccessful clinical trials from former employees who had become whistleblowers. Despite Holmes' attempts to deter Carrero from publishing his findings through legal and financial threats, she had little success. After 2 years of mounting negative coverage, a federal grand jury charged Holmes and her business associate, and former romantic partner, Ramesh Sunny Balwani, with wire fraud. Shortly after, it was disclosed that Holmes might have destroyed subpoenaed evidence, including 3 years of Theranos accuracy and failure rates. The data is crucial for the prosecution as it shows a failure rate of 51.3%, rendering it useless to healthcare systems and investors. The once radiant glory that enshrined Theranos began to tarnish as the disturbing truths came to light, leading to a shift from adulation to doubt and incredulity. Renowned regulatory authorities such as the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, initiated comprehensive investigations into the operational practices of Theranos. As a result, the company became entangled in a multitude of lawsuits and even had its testing facilities abruptly shut down due to multiple violations that raised alarming concerns over the safety and well-being of patients. In the midst of this turmoil, Elizabeth Holmes, along with other pivotal executives, faced legal consequences for deliberately misleading investors and the public about the actual capabilities of Theranos' touted technology. The unfolding of events took a turn for the worse in 2018 when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, leveled charges against Holmes for committing an enormous fraud. This serious allegation led to a settlement that encompassed monetary penalties, several restrictions, and a prohibition on Holmes from assuming any position as a director or an officer of a public company. This dramatic development served as a stark reminder of the severe repercussions of deceitful actions, particularly in sectors where public trust plays an essential role. The saga also highlighted the pressing need for rigorous oversight and accountability mechanisms to deter the potential misuse of investor trust and public faith in promising innovations. Elizabeth Holmes held a fundamental and morally indefensible role in the fraudulent actions carried out by Theranos, the health technology enterprise she established. With the visionary goal of overhauling the blood testing industry, Holmes confidently declared the extraordinary abilities of the Edison, Theranos' proprietary technology. However, a glaring discrepancy emerged as it became manifestly clear that Theranos had misled its investors, regulatory authorities, and the general public about the actual performance and precision of its testing techniques. Holmes engaged in deliberate falsification about Theranos' capabilities, consciously tricking stakeholders. Under her watch, a culture of secrecy and intimidation permeated the company, quelling opposition and subduing concerns voiced by employees and experts. This coercive strategy extended to forging alliances with esteemed companies and institutions, lending an aura of credibility to Theranos and enhancing its standing in the public eye. Through her intentional deception of investors, patients, and the medical fraternity, Holmes transgressed the faith reposed in her, inflicting significant damage. The repercussions of Theranos' deceitful operations resonated throughout the healthcare sector, eroding confidence in groundbreaking innovations and casting a pall over authentic initiatives aimed at progressing medical diagnostic technology. The episode served as a stark reminder of the severe implications of breaching ethical standards, particularly in sectors critically linked with public health and well-being. Once hailed as an innovator in the technology industry, Elizabeth Holmes now faces a degrading situation. From previously enjoying a net worth of $4.5 billion, she now finds difficulty meeting her monthly obligations of $250 to those affected by the Theranos disaster. This unfortunate turn of events underscores the intricate challenges and consequences associated with startup leadership and tactics. As the founder of Theranos, a company dedicated to blood testing, Holmes was convicted on 4 fraud charges in 2022 and is currently fulfilling an 11-year sentence. Post-conviction, her financial plight has been exposed, with her attorneys claiming she can't comply with the proposed repayment plan for the victims of Theranos. High-profile individuals such as Rupert Murdoch, chairman of News Corp, and Larry Ellison, CEO of Oracle, are among those seeking compensation. Holmes' descent from an ambitious entrepreneur aiming to revolutionize healthcare to a convicted fraudster incites contemplation about the broader effects of her leadership methods and strategic measures. Her ability to secure substantial funding based on a compelling story, while not delivering on those assurances, underscores a defective strategy that prioritized image over reality. The fall of Theranos led to Holmes' financial ruin, significant investor losses, and harmful impacts on patients who relied on the company's unreliable blood tests. Despite the devastation caused by the Theranos scandal, Holmes' story has made a considerable impact on the startup landscape. It has prompted investors, regulators, and entrepreneurs to reassess the balance between innovation and integrity, along with the critical role of transparency and accountability in leadership positions. The lessons learned from the Theranos failure will undoubtedly affect governance, due diligence, and risk assessment strategies in the tech sector for the coming years. As Holmes serves her sentence in a low-security work-based camp, doubts arise about her ability to make restitution to her victims. While she agrees to $250 quarterly payments during her incarceration, she questions the notion that the absence of a post-prison repayment strategy represents a judicial omission. Whether Holmes can meet her obligations to the victims or not, her trajectory serves as a harsh caution against hubris and conceit in tech entrepreneurship. The Theranos scandal is a vivid reminder of the need for careful analysis and skepticism towards enticing propositions before committing resources and emotions. The Theranos episode, reminiscent of the prior Enron scandal, highlights the ephemeral nature of success and the importance of vigilance, accountability, and truthfulness for lasting business legacies. It encourages us to recognize that while failure may be inevitable, integrity and ethical judgment are essential for long-term success. It further underlines the importance of honesty as the foundation of ethical, efficient, and sustainable leadership. Integrity, a valuable trait that can be rapidly lost through a single deceptive act, can cause irreparable harm to the leader and their followers. It acts as a moral guide that drives decision-making, builds trust, and nurtures an environment where innovation can thrive free from the fear of deceit. The Theranos scandal led to significant losses for investors and damaged trust in startup promises. Elizabeth Holmes' downfall underscores the importance of due diligence, integrity, and transparency in innovation. Lessons learned include the critical need for accurate scientific validation of health technologies and the dangers of overhyping capabilities. The scandal emphasized the balance between fostering innovation and ensuring stringent regulatory oversight, reshaping perspectives on responsibility and accountability in the tech startup sphere.